What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have India, the US, and Pakistan. How did we get here? Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit the join button, receive your exclusive benefits. Let's dive in.
Did you hear him the other day? He said, without the United States, the world would die.
Yeah. So this is basically, see, what he's trying to do is get an escape ramp.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna basically tell people that, oh, I need to buckle down, otherwise, the world will be in problems.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you will find him toning down going forward, and you will find him kind of. You saw the statement about India the other day when he said that I put a tariff, and then they started making motorcycles and they allowed the motorcycles to come in India and everything like that.
Yep.
So basically, what we did was we told them, you either make in India, right? And we
Yep.
want tariffs. So then now the question is that did he take that example from India and say, okay, fine, I'm going to use the same thing with America?
Mm.
And he's telling people to build in America today. So it's really funny, and he's kind of contradicting himself in that statement.
Absolutely.
But I think he's kind of trying to climb down.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. He's trying to
We all
backtrack
do.
it a little bit and see how he can get back in to good graces again.
I'll say that's been his tactics with these tariffs. It feels like, this to me, it feels like tariffs get pulled back all the time. I mean, there's some that have stuck, and he's like, some countries just have tariffs on them, and I understand a lot of countries have tariffs now. But like, it was like some where he was like upping these tariffs to these gigantic numbers, and then he was like, I got a phone call, they finally caved. We success. I am gonna pull these tariffs. The tariffs always got pulled back, so I guess it was never about the tariffs, but he always wanted that country to fold on something else in some way, and the tariffs were just a threat and a tool that he used to get to make them do that. But there are countries who, sorry, I'm getting comfortable. There are countries who are like, we're not folding, we're not giving in. India being one of those countries, and with those countries, he pulled back anyway because he understands, like, dang, like I know we actually do need them a lot more. I actually can't ruin that relationship, so I need to pull this back. So they're getting pulled back either way, but even with the countries that are not folding, so and it's called tactics, and he's probably gonna, as he continues to climb it back and to pull it back, gonna make it seem like the U.S. got a great deal because he placed that tariff and they had talks and were able to negotiate such a great deal. It's coming. All right, let's continue. I'm sorry.
See, in in the developing world, there is one thing that people forget to understand about the notion of nationhood. America is surrounded by oceans.
Yeah.
Canada, Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's it.
Yep.
There is no sovereignty threat,
No.
Right.
right? I
Yep.
don't think you have a concept of being invaded.
Yep.
No.
That's just not there in the understanding of the people. Whereas in the developing world, for example, if you look at India, you look at the map of India, we are set in the middle of two nuclear powers. Both are adversaries.
Mm-hmm.
One is a sworn enemy. Second is a competitor, adversary who's wanting to kind of outsmart you to, become what it wants to become.
Sure.
We've got two nuclear powers, and they both coordinate with each other.
Yeah.
Talk about putting missiles in Cuba. Talk about Pakistan with missiles ready to fire on India.
Yeah.
At all times. Terrorism. I mean, there was one incident where there was in Las Vegas, one guy crashed some people and put a flag and stuff like that. Look at the fervor that built up.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in India when a Pahalgam happens. I mean, there is anger.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody sitting in the West talks about all this stuff without taking that into consideration, he will misunderstand the entire context
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
of the situation.
Yep.
And that's where the trouble begins.
Yeah.
And that's not just with Trump. today a lot of the Democrats are coming out and saying, "Oh, 25 years of work. We've..." Well,
Mm-hmm.
these were people who were trying to do regime changes in India. They were giving us lectures on democracy and freedom and human rights and freedom of speech and I don't know whatnot. Our
Yeah.
accounts were banned and so on and so forth. So it's a
Yeah.
little hypocritical when one side kind of, when it's in the opposition is saying, "Oh no, India's..."
Both of these sides, if you want to know anything about American politics, just know that both sides are feel like there's so much hypocrisy in them, and it's like if one side does one thing, the other side has to condemn it. It's like even if it's a good thing, heck, they might agree with it. They have to condemn it. Vice versa. Same for both sides. And it's frustrating because it's like you're starting to associate yourself with a party now instead of policies that could actually help the entire country. Um, and so that's the frustrating aspect. But yeah, it's hypocrisy on both sides. 100% agree with that. Not, like you said, not just Trump, but Democratic presidents, Republican presidents, bro. Yeah. the West is just full of hypocrisy, if we're being honest.
The largest democracy in the world. Well, let's go to back to your times and see the reports that you gave us about democracy. They were terrible.
Yeah.
Just because a guy gets elected multiple times in a country doesn't mean that he owns the country. I mean, the country really likes
Agree.
him. It's as
Right.
simple as
Mm,
that.
Right.
The guy's sincere. He's made mistakes, fair enough.
Mhm.
It's not a problem. Everybody does.
Yep.
He's made some mistakes. But as a country, we look at it from another aspect. Look at what happened in COVID.
Yeah.
The kind of
sorry, my son might be waking up soon. Oh, okay, he's chilling.
stuff people were saying about India was what? Oh, people are going to die en masse. Didn't
Which is
happen.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're the ones who making the vaccines and giving
Whereas in the West, that happened.
Yeah.
People died on the streets. Here, there was nothing of the sort.
Hmm.
Mm,
It's a large country, so you can say one odd incident here and there, and you can pick out some news from somewhere and say, "Oh, see, he's lying." Yeah, sure, fair enough.
mm-hmm.
But overall, people came out of it. The economy jump started. We went to about 7.5, 8% growth within months of the uh, COVID lockdown opening. Months. Then we
Right.
went through the second wave where, I mean, lobbying happened for Pfizer. We told Pfizer either you give the vaccine for tests or get lost. They
Yeah.
said we'd rather get lost. We made our own vaccine. We were immunizing 100 million people a day.
Oh wow.
100 million people a day. I mean,
It means in 3 days you would have had the United States immunized.
in covered. When it was Prime Minister Modi's birthday, the
You just in 3 days, you wouldn't have been. Statistically, yeah. Logistically, yeah. But we got half this country who would have fought you tooth and nail and said, don't even bring that vaccine near me. We don't trust it. It's And so you could have had it, yeah. You have the capabilities of it. But when dealing with the American people, it took you more than 3 years if you want to get everybody here vaccine.
uh, people mobilized and said, okay, this is our gift to him, that we will listen to him and we will get ourselves vaccinated. 200 million people on the same day, 250 million people on the same day.
Wow. I don't think people in the United States realize how big India is. How many people
Yeah,
actually? What that means to have almost 1.4
yeah.
billion
I mean, that truly is
people.
almost unimaginable.
It's
So
about the third size of America.
you can't take risks with that size of a population. You can't. You need to be clear with everything. You need to ensure they have food. You need to ensure they have
Mm-hmm.
employment, which is not easy. It's not
Agree.
an easy thing to do.
And you need to be
And
sure they're safe with the, like you said, they got Pakistan one over here. You got
yeah,
China over there. You got even Bangladesh. I don't even think that they're very friendly. And
see,
like,
these
if,
are not Bangladesh is not a military threat as per se.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a threat in the sense of Islamism.
Mm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Radical Islamism. I mean, okay, day for yesterday, there was a report, and the amount of rapes of Hindu girls in Bangladesh is inconceivable.
Really?
Inconceivable. You can't count it.
Wow, I didn't
The
know
kind
that.
of murders of Hindus in Bangladesh is absolutely inconceivable.
Wow.
People were removed from their jobs just because they're Hindus. They were ridiculed, they were hung upside down, naked in the middle of the streets, beaten and killed.
Recently?
Man, I tell
Last
you,
year,
bro.
Wow.
What? Last year?
who said anything?
Yeah,
Today,
no, we
that's
didn't.
Last year in Bangladesh? We did see that. We did see that uprising and everything where they were attacking Hindus. I do remember that video now. And that leader escaped to India. Um, wow. That's just, man, it's so like wild. Like people, like, I don't know, their beliefs are so strong that they're willing to attack and hurt people, other people based on their beliefs. And I mean, we see that in the world as we see what just happened in the U.S. Like, and to hear like stuff like that, and I remember when watching the video, it's just, man, it's like I don't get it. I truly don't. I like how. I don't think I could ever attack or harm anyone because of what they believe in, because of how they feel. I couldn't. The only thing would be self defense or defending my loved ones. But for what you believe in, for the color of your skin, for your thoughts, for any of that, I could never.
We
same
didn't
thing
get
which is
nothing on
happening.
that.
The same thing is happening to the Christians in Syria today. Who's talking about it?
Right. Yeah.
Mm,
Supposedly, America is
right.
a Christian country, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Who's talking
So,
about the Christians getting killed in Syria today?
I hear a little bit about it, but not enough. And we hear about
No,
it in Africa
it's
as well.
it's a massacre. Let me
Wow.
assure you, these people, when they go inside, the radicals, these Islamists, they are ruthless.
They
I
are.
would say because in the U.S. it doesn't fit anyone's agenda to talk about what's happened. Like that doesn't fit anyone's agenda, unfortunately. And so all those people that are it's happening to, all those Christians that it's happening to, all the people that are being harmed for their beliefs. Like um, I definitely pray for all of those and hate that those kind of people exist in the world that can do this stuff. Um, it really does suck.
Yeah.
Look
In
what
the Sahara.
look what they did in Pahalgam in India.
Oh, he's
Here's a bunch of people in a tourist place. There are three guys who come there with automatic weapons. They separate the men from the women. Then they make the families stand together. You know, the young couples and all that, they just make them stand a little separately. They put families together. In front of them, their children, they're asking, what's your religion? Read the Kalma. Kalma is the first phrase of the prayer.
Hmm.
Some guy who was able to read the Kalma, they took off his trousers to see whether he was circumcised or not. In front of the family and shot them in the head. Now you tell me, should a country not go to war for that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. One that wouldn't would be a disgraceful country.
We
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Even then, the restraint of the fact was the first attack happened only on the terrorists, not on the military who was
Mm-hmm.
supporting it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cost you pay when you are a developing country to build a narrative with the Western world that, listen, we don't want to attack them. We
Mm-hmm.
just want to teach these terrorists a
Yeah.
lesson. And if they
Hmm.
retaliate, I'm going to screw them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did.
That was a major blow that Pakistan took.
Those terrorists did in the Pahalgam attack. to do that in front of the families. That's apps to do it at all is just disgusting. But it just makes it even that much more worse. Like it infuriates you that people that truly think that they're doing something good or doing something just or and they're doing that. It's disgusting. It's on it's
Too, from India.
honestly
That was a
disgusting.
major blow.
I mean, see, people have underestimated India's technologies and stuff like that. And trust me, this was 10%.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not a bad thing when your enemy underestimates you and you're able to go in there and
That's this would have been the opening phase of a battle. What happened in that day? The Indian Air Force operations, total operations,
Mhm.
flying operations. I would say it's about 120 minutes.
Wow.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Wow. That was quick. For the damage that they did in 120 minutes,
Mhm.
they took out what, 9 air bases, I think?
13.
13. That's right. You always correct me on that because we get the
We hit
news that
them
we
in
got was
28.
9, but
And
you
We
showed me
hit
that it
them
was,
in
yeah.
we hit them 28. We hit 28 targets in total.
Wow. That's
God,
including the terrorist camps.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know if I heard 28. Shoot.
And and we realize that in that part there, you would think that, like the United States would have taken a side there.
Mhm.
The other countries would have taken a side against the terrorism, and it would be praised all over the world what India has just done.
I heard what that Pakistan general said or whatever in that interview. I'll never forget it. He said, "We doing the dirty work for the West, right? For the U.S., for the UK, for them, right? They saying they terrorists here for these sales. We doing that, and I hate to believe them, but
Because what they did was they just destroyed a terrorist, a terrorist, basically all their headquarters. And you would think that they would be getting high praise and medals put around every soldier's neck, which I hopefully Modi probably did quite a few of those. But in the news, we were getting we just need to end the war because
mhm,
Pakistan
Nuclear.
and because this is an ongoing thing for years.
mhm.
When really, what you just told me was the key issue of the Pahalgam attack and destroying the terrorists, which also you guys killed the guys that took out our
Did
guy, our
Yep.
journalist,
Yep.
and the media is so quiet about that. Why is that?
I did not know that. Yeah, there should have been some thank yous. They took out the guy who took out one of our journalists, and I'm not saying that condone like saying, yeah, go out, kill. And no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, I mean, if somebody attacks you, there has to be a response so they know that they cannot do that again. And India had such a great response in only attacking these terror cells. And with these terrorists, like, dog, you heard in the Pahagam attack, you see what they are capable of. It feels like there's no humanity left in them. And they're going to do it to so much more people if they are not stopped. And India understands that. And it's like, if you continue, we going to be the stop to y'all.
At right now. I don't know if you see it as well as I do, but the media, both left and right, both on the western side, on our side at least, they're they're keeping the everything hidden right now, whatever they want to be hidden, like the Trump family business ties and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
they lack any investigative journalism at all on this over here in America. I'm not sure about over there as much, but if you look at the media prior to Trump's inauguration, the media was investigating every sip of water he took and all of these things. So
I
now
didn't think
with
about
what
that.
India is doing
I didn't
and what
think
happened
about
with
that.
Pakistan, you would think that they would have come out right and given me the story just like you did.
No, that won't happen. That'll not. If you allow me, I'll take you back into history.
Please.
Pakistan was created out of India in 1947.
Mhm.
Okay. It was created out of India. India has been broken 6 to 8 times in the past 150 years. The size of India would have rivaled the size of any large country today. I would say we would have been the second or the third largest country in the world, right? So
Yep.
we had Myanmar part of us, Nepal was part of us, Pakistan was part of us. We had certain northern areas that we lost. Tibet was part of us. It was a protectorate of India, by the way. See the size of the map. It was a huge country.
Mhm.
A lot of people say, it wasn't united, and there was nothing called a nation state in India. It was all the united purpose of India. It was just Bharat. That
I
was the
feel
Right.
that.
name. So when Pakistan, after colonialism, we were, I mean, looted and stuff, and the British left, they created this entity called Pakistan because at that time they felt that the Soviets wanted to come into the Arabian Sea,
Mhm.
the warm waters of the Arabian Sea, as they used to call it.
Okay.
So, and the whole war in Afghanistan, the Soviet war in Afghanistan, was not the Soviets going into Afghanistan, rather more than the Americans calling the Soviets inside Afghanistan. That situation was created by the CIA.
That doesn't
So
surprise me.
Soviets invaded. Then the Americans got into bed. Now, Pakistan was used when Pakistan got created, looked around here and there and said, bloody hell, I am nobody. It went and begged America to be a part of something. So, CETO, CENTO,
Mhm.
PENTO, all sorts of very stupid organizations were there in those days. Pakistan signed all the deals, everything. Do you know Pakistan attacked India in 1947 itself
Oh, I didn't know that.
in Kashmir? The
Re-
war lasted for almost 1.5 years. It was our stupid leadership that kind of ended the
Mhm.
war. Otherwise, we would have, India was mobilizing at that time.
Oh,
So
And
that's
by the way, would you
so
believe
is that why there's a debate right now with Kashmir?
the
Because
commanding general, I'll
mm.
tell you about that. The commanding general of both the armed forces was the same guy.
what?
Huh? He said the commanding general of the armed forces of India and Pakistan at that time in 1947 was the same guy. How? How is that even work? How is that even possible? What?
Mhm.
We got colonized, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah. So the commanding general of both the armies was a Britisher.
I didn't know that.
And
Wow.
he had two of his generals fight each other
Mhm.
to create something so that India could not.
Oh, wow.
So
This
the
was all
Kashmir,
within 47, 48?
the Maharaja of Kashmir signed an accession treaty to India. Period. Finished. That's it. Over.
Wow.
Like every other princely state in India, they signed the treaty of accession saying that I am a part of India. That's it. That's the end of the story. That was the law which was done for 695 princely states, other princely states in India.
Wow. That's
Dang.
Why
sketchy.
not put this?
That's sketchy.
Because, yeah, because then the Western, oh no, this is a disputed territory.
Hmm.
So that the Americans could keep
Hmm.
one India in check and not get India and the Soviet Union together, which end
Mhm.
of it happened.
I believe that.
Mhm.
I believe that.
And two, to create a hedge in this area. Always remember, any power that threatens the global order
Yeah.
will have a war on their doorstep.
Mhm.
He is
Russia right
100
now,
correct.
Ukraine, India, Pakistan, China, Taiwan, Japan.
Yeah. Wow.
It's called a doorstep war policy. I call it like that.
Mhm.
Just go and light a fire and someone think of your house.
Hmm.
That let's say that's the main door. If I
Oh,
light a fire and dump something outside, can you move out?
You have to
oh,
get through the window.
It's tough, right? You have to play your
yeah,
games, you have to figure it out. And
yeah.
if that fire becomes big, which is threatening your house, you need to douse it.
Mhm.
And then somebody lights it again and again and again. And that's what the West did with Pakistan.
Hmm.
Open-ended dollars.
I gotcha.
Now, why were
Dang.
the open-ended dollars coming in? One, they wanted to fight the Soviet Union in Afghanistan, so they used Islamism. John Brennan went to these tribal areas and said, "You fight, you are the mujahideens of God," and this and that, and all that nonsense. There are videos of him doing that.
Really?
Now, when the Soviet war finished, all that the Pakistanis did was pick up the same people and throw them into Kashmir.
Mm.
And with American blessing. Again, when Osama bin Laden came, do you know where Osama bin Laden was staying, right?
Yeah.
Abbottabad. If you stood on the third floor of his house, you could see, and mark my words, you could see the gates of the Pakistani military academy. Tell me the Pakistanis did not know that.
Right. Right.
How have we forgotten 26/11 when Americans were killed?
Mm.
Mm,
What happened to Pakistan? A pat on the back,
mm,
slap on the wrist, and that's it.
Yep.
mm. Dang.
What
Now
happened to
they're playing the
Pakistan?
same. They're playing the same game today.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly the same. But today, India has said, no ways.
Mm-hmm. And you say, we're not having none of that. But you absolutely agree that that's how it feels. That that game is being played today, and that it feels like the West is definitely invested in a Pakistan in a sense because it feels like they never get condemned. Like it feels like a lot of terrorist activities are happening there, and they never get condemned. In India, when they should have been praised for taking down terrorist cells, nothing. Let's stop the war happening. Let's stop that immediately. But it's like when it's something that you want India to condemn, you guys are all on their backs about it. Or when it's somebody attacking the West, you guys are gonna be all on their backs about it. But it's crazy. I mean, Jay Shankar said it best, man. And he said it about Europe, but just the West in general. Western problems aren't the world problems, but the world's problems aren't. The West, you can't have that mindset that the Western problems are the world's problems, and but the world's problems aren't Western problems. That's all we have. I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to check out the next one, subscribe, get a bit of thumbs up.